All right, everybody. I want to welcome you back to our quarterfinal recap. I'm Dr. Geo. This is for the Cult of Larry Draft League. We've missed out on the last 2 weeks of content. Schedule's just been a little tough, but we're back at it now. The season has closed out strong. We have our final brackets to show, and we're going to start with the carry division and just kind of get right into it. As you can see up on the screen here, this is our final bracket, and first seed was Mike CW, tying it up with Shark in the second seed, but he had a much higher diff, so he carries it forward. We're going to be covering every single quarterfinal match today. We have Shark and Frogs hysterically, and Josh's Jeg and Bloops. So we'll take a look at those. We're going to see how everything falls into place as we get ready for semifinals that will come next week. So let's pop this out. We'll pop in the window. Alright, so on this first match here, this is between Josh and Hysterically. So here, let's take a look at what we brought. Here on Josh's side, we have the Weezing Galar, we have the Mandibuzz, the Rillaboom, Mega Mile, Porygon 2, and Latios. Going up against this Hystericles, just regular Muck, Sylveon, Mega Glade, Gliscor, Scizor, and Hydreigon. So we got a little bit of the Battle of the Dragons going on. But so looking at this matchup here, like Latios is looking not like guaranteed free, but it just feels really strong. Like Psyshock for the Sylveon, Mystical Fire for the Scizor, Draco Meteors for everything else. Hydreigon, similar vein, except for P2 just kind of stands in its way. So, I guess in a way, Mandibuzz does too. It's super bulky, but Mandibuzz is probably better left as a check into the Mega Glade because Weezing Galar isn't able to handle it. Rillaboom's looking pretty decent until as long as the Scizor stays low. Maybe Muck can handle it. It's not a low Muck. So I guess it just resists like the superpower and the grassy stuff, but the Mega Mile just feels super free here. Scizor's like your best switch into it, or Gliscor. I don't know. It just feels real bad. So I guess without further ado, we're just gonna get into the match. So we have a Latios lead, Sylveon. It's a good lead for both sides. It does scare it out in the double switch. We're just kind of bouncing around. Switches all the time. You do see neutralizing gas on the Weezing, so just in case that comes into play, we have a layer of spikes going up. I'm actually going to slow this down just a little bit. So we have later spikes going up, and now we're able to get the knockoff and then the U-turn, so we know it's not choice locked. So we could be seeing a sword stance, maybe not with the U-turn, but we do know that. Latios is back in. Sylveon's your best bet, so it's like a free Psyshock here. Okay, that's fine too. Kind of neuters the Sylveon, so whatever you decide to switch in next is pretty good. Porygon 2, it's a good pivot. Psyshock does nothing. It's a free teleport here. It's really good momentum. Yeah, it's just no damage whatsoever. So Rillaboom's able to come in, and this thing just hits like a truck. So you're gonna force in Scizor or maybe the Muck here. Goes for the Grassy Glide. See the helmet. So that's not great, but you are in grassy terrain. I want to see like double U-turn. No, that's okay too. Let's see what Hysterically went for. Yeah, it's a good U-turn. Just a little bit of a shame. Probably missed out on that by a roll. Alright, Muck's in. Let's see what Muck decides to do. Maybe going for a Poison Jab. Oh, Fire Punch, trying to catch them all out. Respect. Now this is a good chance to defog if you want. Yeah, just get rid of that spike. No reason to like put Porygon at risk with the spike up. Glade's in, but like it's just not enough to take it out in one hit. There's been a lot of switching this match. Alright, how's he? I don't agree with the wish there. It was a good chance to get in. Like one of your big threats. Like, yeah, you get to heal up Scizor, but you could have gotten Mega Glade in there because you know he's gonna recover, and then you get a free Sword Stance, knockoff, close combat, whatever you want. And that took the hit surprisingly well. Holy smokes. Any Chesto? Any Chesto? No. Okay, so yeah, you gotta switch back out to the Sylveon. And there's the Psyshock. Yeah, so Sylveon isn't the switch. It's a lot of damage. I wouldn't be surprised. That may be specs. My head calcs for Sylveon aren't all the way there. That neutralizing gas puts in quite a lot of work to stop the Hyper Voice. Big Iron Head. But so you can survive another Iron Head, it just doesn't really matter. If you have Sword Stance, this may be the time to go for it on. Yeah, there it is. Love it. So yeah, just go for another Iron Head, super free. Bad sleep talk luck here, but probably doesn't make too much of a difference. That's not a good sign. Ooh, the Shadow Ball ain't it, Chief. Iron Head murders. Ooh, we're bleeding to the Mega Mile. Yeah, at this point it was a forest, and oof, yeah, and there's the Ice Beam too. You don't really have a good switch in there. Like, could have easily Mystical Fired as well. Let's see if the Speed Tie works out. I mean, it could be Scarf too, but let's see. Oh, it was Choice Scarf. Alright, so it's a good time to get Mega Glade in. Just Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak. No, he doesn't have it. Probably needs a lot of other coverage elsewhere. Alright, now's when you want to U-turn on the Scizor. Just get some of that momentum back. Yeah. It's probably too little too late. Because I know for a fact this only does like 50 to 60 on a max roll, so. Okay. Yeah, and you're just never getting through the Porygon. Like, another U-turn into close combat may have done something, but it's just not enough. The Trick Room. Ooh, okay. Yeah, alright, I think this is GG. Yeah, he knocked the Eviolite off, but he just teleports. Doesn't really matter. Iron Head should clean up, other than you gotta land one Fire Punch or Fire Fang. Yeah, and I just gotta land the player off, but that'll do it. So GG to Joshua. Moving on into semifinals. The Mega Mile, despite the CLDL anti-favorite, like really paves the way here. So well done. Super well done. Alright, next up we have the match between Bloop and Jeg. So let's take a look at what they were bringing. Here on Bloop's side, we have the Clefable, the Tornadus Therian, Suicune, Hoodra, Rotom Frost, and Mega Garchomp. And on Jeg's side, we have the Mega Ampharos. He keeps bringing it. Love it. Slowking, Urshifu Single Strike, Gengar, Corviknight, and regular Deontay. So, you know, it's really hard, I think, for Bloop's team to switch into the Mega Ampharos. Like, it's not gonna do any damage to, like, Focus Blast will probably do a good chunk to an AV Gudra, but like it's not gonna, like, we're talking like 30, 40, but like the Draco spam's tough. Like Chomp doesn't really want to switch into it, but you only get a few attacks off before it eventually dies, so you gotta make the most of it. Hudra's looking really strong here if the Clefable can get down. Like U-turning as Clefable comes in, and the Gengar is just super strong because what here takes like a Shadow Ball. So like getting Gengar in early and often, like you know, the AV stuff can take one. Be curious on the calc of like a AV Tornadus and the Shadow Ball, but like the general idea still stands. There's no resist, so it should be pretty strong. Corviknight's a good pivot here for Jag. On the other vein, if you can get rid of the Ampharos, then like a Calm Mind Suicune's looking pretty strong. Because you only need like 1 or 2 boosts to take out their Shifu. I guess it depends if it's where the calc for Banded Wicked Blow is on a Suicune. It's probably in the 70s, 60s to 70s, so maybe it's not that great. The only other thing is I'm a little worried about taking out the Slowking for Bloop. Like, if you have an ST Chomp and you can get going, like that'll take it out, but Corv doesn't really care about ST Chomp. It's the thing, like your best move to hit it's Fire Fang, that ain't good. Or if you're a special Chomp, Fire Blast, but again, that's still tough. So let's see what we can do. Bloop's gonna want to get ahead early, maybe with like a Tornadus lead, and Jag's just gonna want to be able to get Urshifu in, pivot it to get the Gengar in, and just start launching some attacks. So let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, let's hit it. Yeah, so Chomp lead, Slowking. Yeah, let's see if the Ice Beam comes out from Slowking. Yeah, alright, there we go. It's a good time to click Future Sight or Teleport. Yeah, and then we go into the Ampharos. Very cool. Look at the luxurious hair. Let's see if we get a Volt Switch. Oh, it has... Alright, so Dragon Pulse. These are very tanky. Oh, Thunder Wave. That's really cool. So get a little bit of chunk. And the Ice Beam. Nah, it's a Corviknight, doesn't care. So let's see, do you go for the U-turn of Jag? Okay, so it stays in. It's gonna launch a Draco. That's kind of what I want to see. Oh, I really like that, because if I were Jag, I probably would have just clicked the Body Press. So that's really cool. It's their Shifu time. It's still early enough. U-turn. Bloop's able to call that, so let's see what he goes for. Is it his own Volt Switch? Yeah. Ooh. Nice crit. So this immediately puts it into like Chomp range. Well, it's probably in Chomp range to begin with. I'm not sure on the Aqua Tail, but it's quite alright. So it comes in. Alright, we'll speed it up just a little bit. So we're just playing some Scald to teleport. Ampharos. Alright, let's see if you go into their Shifu here. Yeah, now this is when stuff starts hurting. Alright, here. Okay, now I don't think it's banned. It's maybe Scarf for what the damage is doing. So King comes in. We get the rest. Let's see if it's rest talk. Maybe we already know. Gengar. Okay. Oh, it's Hexgar. Very cool. So that is the big defensive piece down. Now let's see if he can withstand the counter attack. Hurricane probably doesn't do too much. Dragon Pulse slams. Alright, Calm Mind, Clef. Is the +1 enough to hold off? No, must not be. Oh, definitely not. Wow, that was a lot of damage. I think Jug's team's starting to lose some steam here. Because now what? Corviknight's just gonna do another slow turn in. Doesn't really care if you smack it with anything. And now you're definitely in Urshifu range, or just Gengar range. Yeah, Shadow Ball. Yeah, what happens? Slow King, Slow King. Can definitely just sack it. Bring in the Ampharos, Volt Switch, or T-Bolt if you have it. Yeah, Corviknight. Gengar's fine. Gengar will force in the. Then you can go to Corviknight, slow turn. Yeah, I like how Jug's playing this. Yeah, go for the nasty block, can't hurt. Just go for the Wicked Blow. Okay. Can't really do too much now, so you just click the Sludge Wave, and even if. Yeah, you're always going to do more than 50, so well done to Jug. Some good plays from Bloop there. It just kind of ran out of steam once the Hoodro went down. Then the Ampharos was able to really start racking up the damage. It's very difficult to switch in a jump to a Mega Ampharos because you don't know when that pulse is coming in. So well done. Our last match is for carry. It's the one between Shark Finnegan and Danger Frog, our newest coach who's, I don't want to say snuck into playoffs, earned their way into playoffs in the last couple weeks. So let's take a look what they brought here on Frog's team. We have regular Garchomp, Mega Gardevoir, Skarmory, Barraskewda, Vikavolt, and Silvally. Oops. Sorry, I got a little notification pop up. Alright, and then here on Shark's team, we have the Spectrier, Roserade, Zapdos, Cobalion, Ursaluna, and Mega Slowbro. Yeah, one little tech issue. Alright, let's get into this match. So, we have the Silvally lead, and Silvally normal going up against the Roserade. That may be specs. So the Skarmory comes in off the Sleep Powder. Strong body press. Ooh, big miss on the Thunder Wave. Able to get Vikavolt, and we get the Stealth Rocks. Buzz. I just don't know if this will be enough, and alright, there's got to be some weird speed calc stuff going on. I want to see the Hurricane. Nice. There's the teleport. Be real nice. Oh, that was really close. Now you're in trouble. Because you can just roost through this. Oh, man. The Ursaluna... I mean, the Ursaluna can be slower. Like, this is slower base speed, 81 to... Yeah, it's just barely slower. It's like 50 some speed. But the bear was slower anyway, so that was your out. And now you're missing the Zapdos. Whew. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the Zapdos here, but it's just too little, too late. So Valley Normal's going to be able to come in, or Gardevoir for effect. Oh right, we know it's Scarf because we saw it go before the Barraskewda. Right? Yeah, doesn't matter. So Frog's able to win the match. I really love the lead Silvally, spec Silvally to guarantee the Roserade shenanigans are kept to a minimum. So that was really cool to see. Shark just, I don't think, trusted his own speed calcs for the Trick Room set and let the Vikavolt just go ham and take out 3 Mons. So that wasn't good. So let's take a look at our bracket then. So this is what we have going into semis. So with Jeg's win over Blue, now Mike is going to play Jeg this week. You can see the little Gengar showing up for the MVP, and then Frog was able to take it over Shark, and Josh was able to take it over hysterically. So Frog and Shark, or Frog and Josh, are going to be playing in the semis on the other side. So good luck to every single coach. Can't wait to see what you come up with for the semis match, and we'll definitely catch it next week. Alright, so next up we have our middle division. Gary, I want to take a look at what our quarterfinal bracket looks like first and foremost. And looking at it here, we had Soul taking the first seed by quite a fair margin. I mean, not too far behind was Jeg, but like Soul's been looking dominant all season. So Soul's in the 1 seed. Potentially going up against him is either Helix Fossil or Egotistical Elekid. They will be having a nice match. Then we have the Waka versus Rock, and we have Iris versus Pro Shuriken. So some really hype matchups here. Everyone's been playing like a step above this season, so I'm really looking forward to whatever it is they decide to bring. So let's just get into these matches. So that's the last match. Alright. So I gotta close this. There we go. Alright, so coming up first is the match between Rock and Waka. So here on Rock's side, we have a Greninja, we have a Serena, a Thundurus, I think this is Therian, because it's the Volt Absorb one. Yeah, it's Volt Absorb one. Slowbro, regular Slowbro, Nidoking, and Mega Mile. Then here on Waka's side, we have Tornadus Therian. Battle of the Therian forms, very cool. We have the Okamo, Cardana, Mega Slowbro, Rotom Heat, and Obstagoon. So I like the Greninja here. It's got a pretty cool matchup. Like Ice Beam to hit these first 2 Mons, Dark Pulse hits everything else, and like Hydro. Obstagoon's not afraid, so like if it can force switches, it's gonna do damage. That's always a good thing, and maybe even lay a spike out. Serena, I don't know what it does. It's really tough for Serena to do too much to a Mega Slowbro that has an Iron Defense, and maybe Triple Axle does more damage than I think to Kartana. Kartana just has such high defenses. but there's probably some other stuff on Waka's team where it makes more sense. Now, Thunder Syrian has a great matchup here. You know, you can do Superpower for the Obstagoon, your stab. They'll hit the Slowbro real hard. You've got Psychic to hit the Komodo. Your Superpower is still going to hit Kartana pretty strong. Like, Rotom Heat's kind of the best switch in, so, you know, do it that way you will. Like, that's looking real strong. Like, I want to see a pivot into that. Use Slowbro to get your Thundy in as much as you can. Because Chegg wants to hit fast and hard. And if you give him a free chance to set up the Komodo, like Clangorous Soul Komodo, I think just cleans the field. I'm not sure what Rock will be able to do about that if it gets the free turn to set up. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. So we have the Thunder Syrian lead into Obstagoon. Okay, maybe a Volt Switch. Thunderbolt's fine. Yeah, okay. Hyper Voice is a choice. Psychics just does no damage. That's fine. Ooh, okay, yeah, there's the Overheat. Yeah, and Komodo comes in. Mile. Clangorous Soul, there it is. Flamethrower, and I'm going to speed this up because I think this may be it. Yeah. Rock's saying it's a misclick, which it may be somewhere along the line, but yeah, Komodo got set up on a free turn, and there's literally nothing anyone can do. So, okay, that happened. Well done to Waka. He'll be moving on into the semifinals, and it was a good season from Rock too. So don't want to downplay what he was able to do. All right, next up we have the match between Iris and Pro Shuriken. Here on Iris' side, we have the Mega Lopunny, we have the Galarian, not Weezing, sorry, we have the Slowking Galar, Aegislash, Mamoswine, Amistar, and Sylveon. And then on Pro Shuriken's side, we have the Hoodra, Larry, Landorus Therian, Infernape, Vaporeon, and Mew. So Mew has an interesting job to like stop Mega Lopunny. I think it's like the best bet to do so because Landorus can't do it anymore now that Intimidate doesn't work on it. I don't know, maybe Larry. That's actually Larry's job, and Mew's job is to kind of set up. Like a CP Mew seems really scary, but I don't know what the calcs are against Aegislash. Aegislash hits really hard. Infernape can slam things. It's just coverage limited. It's beyond its stabs, you know. You also want like Earthquake for the Aegislash and Gunk Shot for the Sylveon. Unless Flare Blitz does enough to Sylveon, probably does. It's just a pretty slow team. Alright, that's just compared to the Mega Lopunny. I'm really curious what Mew decides to do here. A lot of hazards could be nice, or even a taunt lead. Just, you don't want to get cheesed by like a Shell Smash Amistar. That just seems tough to stop. So let's see what we get into here. Alright, we have the Amistar and the Infernape. Weak armor, okay. Muku, and Stealth Rock and Spikes. Ooh, okay, so we get the Toxic up, and do we have the priority? No. Alright, well, that's a lot of hazards up. It's going to be really tough to deal with here. This isn't a free switch in by any means. Future Sight, Do you get rid of the hazards here, or what do you do? Okay, so Mamoswine, I think Larry's your switch, and Vaporeon. It's gonna take the Future Sight now. Yeah, now you're in Earthquake range. Alright, that's tough. There's probably a chance to just baton pass there. Because now, yeah, now you're gonna get the rocks back up, which is probably all you need at this point. Yeah, rocks are back up. Alright. Ah, it wasn't the block set. That would have been a pretty cool way to get rid of it. Oof. Shuriken's just kind of looking to play ahead a little bit here, but Iris is just staying one step ahead. These Future Sights are tearing into Shuriken's team. And like the Future Sight in combination with the Mamoswine's too much. Yeah, the knockoff did 20, so almost. Almost. Shadow Ball. Ah, you're still in range though. Yeah, it's just unlucky spit after drop. Yeah, this Mamoswine just keeps coming in and getting to do stuff for free. And now that Puikamuku's gone, I just don't know if there's enough here to really hold back. Especially if this has slack off now. Oh, lucky burn. Okay. So it really did a lot of breaking. Is this Mew's time to shine? What kind of Mew set do we have here? Dragon Dance. Alright, alright. Just what moves do we have to follow this up? Psychic Fangs. Oh, dang, that was your chance. I don't know if you win because you have two priorities, but like a crit there may have done it. So I dig the DD Mew. I think I think that was a really nice bring. It just by the time it came out in the match, like you didn't bleed. You played everything I think pretty well here. It was just the Omastar set was super unexpected because you played it like you were playing against the Shell Smash set, which is pretty understandable. That's really scary. And it ended up being heavy hazards, and you know those are in this case too especially tough to deal with. So well done to Iris. That was a really cool set with the Omastar, and really kind of a neat way to bluff the Shell Smash. Alright, last up is we have Helix Fossil going up against the Egotistical Elekid. So here on Helix Fossil we have the Blissey, Cleaver, Heatran, this is Mega Gyarados, Zeraora, and Delmize. And then on Elekid's side we have the Latios, Tapu Lele, Melmetal, Celesteela, Zygarde 50%, and Volcanion. Super bulky team. So this team for Elekids has a lot of potential, and it was an unrealized potential when I did power ranking so many weeks ago, and its bulk combined with its setup is proving to be really scary. Now, there's probably a few metrics you have to make sure you hit when you're doing this. Like I would, for my two psychic types, make sure my Psyshock can get to that 50% mark with Blissey such that it isn't able to just heal off what you're doing endlessly. Or, make sure that on the soft boil you're able to get into something like Melmetal. And because Melmetal double Iron Bash feels pretty good here, or Thunder Punch, you just have to make sure you're not double Iron Bashing into Heatran. That'll, but, subsets get around that. Celesteela is having a good time after 2 turns of setup. Pardon me. And then Zygarde D-Dance looks really strong here too. And you just have to, again, make sure you are in range to get rid of the Blissey, because the Blissey can run things like Ice Beam, Shadow Ball. It gets really tough. But Volcanion switches into Blissey pretty well unless it's a toxic Blissey. It just kind of depends on what's going to happen. Now, as for like Elekid's side, again, you just have lots of offensive threats and some big setup threats. So like, don't waste time pivoting, like, unless it's like a baton pass. Like, don't think too much defensively. Just get as much offensive value out of these mons as you can. So, alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so the leadoff here is we have a leadoff Cleaver going into Celesteela. I'm sure both sides are kind of fine with that. Let's see, like a Stone Edge or something. Oh, we just U-turn. Okay. Gyarados. Oh, it's acrobatics. Oh, wait. Oh, it's roared. It roared. Whoa, that's cool. That's really cool to phase that out like that. Okay, anywho, things are still happening. We just had a player off and... Yeah, look at that. -1 and still doing like 32 damage. That's crazy. Thunder Punch doesn't do enough. I think on that Earthquake you could have probably switched because you still want to keep the Melmetal alive. There's no reason to sack it, I don't think. I think you could have brought in Volcanion there. It doesn't do all that much this match, but that's okay. So we see the D-Dance. Yeah, we see the Ice Beam. Whew. Probably need to scout out these moves a little bit first, but you're feeling behind. Let's see, Plasma Fist. If he switches out here... Oh, never mind. Everything's making sense. Alright, the real big fast mon's gone. Delmise. The ×4 resistance. But let's see, does Automize do all that much? I don't know. I think you need a lot of attack investment. The anchor is so bulky. Yeah, we see 37 from the acrobatics. That's just not enough. Synthesis will be able to heal off all of that. Or it just takes out the Celesteela. That's fine. And Lele's not going to have enough here. Good Earth Power. I don't know about the Latios. Because if you're Agility, you're probably not Life Orb. Yeah, Psyshock just isn't enough. Like, if you were Life Orb, you take it out, and it's probably game. But yeah, we're just gonna see Amy Schumer live forever. Because now you're gonna be able to launch those Ice Beams. Or just teleport, that's fine. If it's Scarf Cleaver, I guess it doesn't need to be anything. Oh, it's +2 speed. This is tough. Got nothing left to do it. Oh, okay, double into Lele. Ice Beam. Let's see. Probably threatening Psyshock here, so you double back in. Okay, 1,000 arrows. That's 1 KO. Blissey's probably just gonna... Oh, has Shadow Ball too, so the trick only works a couple more times. doesn't do enough. That's crazy. Especially now that the terrain's gone. So, yeah, Helix is going to be able to hold, and Blissey wins the game, basically. Yeah, a couple more soft boils just to make sure you're in range. Or that's fine too. It don't matter too much. Because, yeah, I just need to make sure that you're out of range. Maybe even go for a D-dance here just to be sure. Or, yeah, you need a crit here no matter what. Okay, or you go for Glare, hope for the full para, and then you set up. That was pretty cool. I love the Aurora on Gyarados. That was my favorite. Well done by Helix Fossil. That was quite the match to close out semis, and well done by Elikit too. He really kind of showed me with that team. Um, so I want to take a look at our bracket here, semifinals, and so coming up first we have the match between Soul and Helix Fossil, and then on the other side we have the match between Iris and Waka. You can see the match MVPs there. Um, really, really cool stuff. Love to see it. Last, we're gonna go into Larry, our Master Div. So let's take a look at the brackets here. Coming in first place and earning himself the bye was Black117, who's just been dynamite all season, like absolutely dynamite, no stopping him. Our first matchup is between A12 and Jidan, and then we also have Cloud9 going up against Sparky, and P. McGee going up against Yahoodles. So let's hope that we watch these matches in the same order. Nope. We're going to start off with P. McGee and Yahoodles. So here on Yahoodles' side, we have the Diggersby, Celesteela, Thunderous Therian, Mega Mawile, Politoed, and regular Metacham. And on Pee Wee McGee's side, we have the fish. Hang on one sec. Oh, I needed some water. The Hippowdon, the Amoonguss, Arctozolt, Rotom Heat, and Tornadus Therian. So we have the double fossils going on, and on the opposite end we have one Volt Absorb and one Water Absorb. So Yahoodles is ready to probably do Protect Scout games. It's really interesting that we have a Tornadus Therian versus a Rotom Heat again. That doesn't mean all that much, but it's just a cool observation. No normal resists here, so Diggersby just looks super free. Yeah, I really like Diggersby here, and you just need to like damage the Hippowdon enough through any other means that then you can like clean up with a Earthquake or Body Slam or Return here. This is a league that allows Return, so I think there's a lot of play here for Yahoodles. You just have to blunt the fossils, and if the fossils can't get what they need done, then like the team kind of falls apart. So let's see. We have the Thunderous League going up against Amoonguss. We do Protect. Yeah, we see the Spore. What's your Spore switch in Torment? Oh. Oh, I guess you have to be tormented for that to work? Huh. Alright, so that's a mechanic thing. I love the idea. It just didn't work. Okay, so Mawile switches into Arctozolt, holds it off, gets the Toxic on the Hippowdon. Get some rocks. Alright, let's see. Double into Dracovish. Yeah, I like that. Oh, the double protect. We all out of sand. Nope. Alright, so it's the weather extender. Just missing predictions here for P. McGee. So we're going like, because he has the water absorb and the thunder absorb. So That did quite a bit actually, the Sludge Bomb. Safety goggles on Celesteela, but something's asleep anyway, so it wouldn't work. Like, unless it's still asleep. Yeah, it's still asleep, so I don't know why he went for Spore. We're just racking up some damage. Don't worry about it. Rest Politoed. Presto Chasto. Let's go. We're waking up here, though. Look at the Mungus. Ooh, Psychic does a lot. Okay. Back to Tornadoes. Heat Wave. Oh, it does not KO. So, yeah, big T-Bolt. Alright, yeah, so the Sandstorm will kill there. The idea. It takes out both. But I guess your Mungus has kind of done its job. Great switch in for the Mile, because it's going to stop everything except the Rotom Heat. And yeah, the Vicious Rend comes in. It's essentially just a forced 50-50 every time. Ooh, a crit Scald with a burn that probably just speeds up what's the inevitable here of the Arctozolt being on a timer. Yeah, Miles taking damage, but like with the burn, I don't think it's anywhere near as scary. Yeah, just Sucker Punch, let it go down. Oh, it's static. Oh, right, she didn't bring its weather, so we might as well use something good. Alright, good on the Sucker Punch. That was a cool play. Nasty Plot's also nice. So we knock off here. Now what do? Do you go for the sub again? Probably just click the sub until you can't anymore to try and catch him. Got one more sub. And then he breaks it. Okay. Digger's Bees goes for what? Agility. Okay. Whirlwind it out. Alright, we like to see it. Do we get a Scald here to take out the Hip Out on? No, we just go straight to the Dracovish. But what do you do here? Celesteela. Outrage. Big critical hit. That would have been cool to see a Vicious Rend there, and then you go right back into like Rotom H. Oh man, no, it did not KO. Would have been real nice if it did. So yeah, this is not looking good for Mr. McGee. Okay, go Rotom Heat. Alright, click your substitute. Alright, now what do you do here? I guess okay, you're faster, so you can get away with the discharge and with the full para. Start getting those nasty plots back up. And alright, you break that. Just kind of sack here for the Metacham. Try and keep sub down. Diggersby comes in. Oh, that's a really nice play because the regular overheat isn't going to KO Diggersby. That's really nice. He would have to have discharged there or substituted. But I don't know, you see blood, you just gotta go for it. So that was just really nice from Yahoodles. That was like, pause for, oops. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So, like this interaction here, you're +2. You know you KO with overheat. So what do? If you overheat, you kill the Diggersby, you may kill the Celesteela, and you'll kill the Politoed. I think you always sub here actually, and if Diggersby wants to go for an attack, so be it. Because Yeah, we know all four. Like, I don't think you go for the crazy predict of a discharge here. That's too crazy. But I think a substitute here is probably what you really wanted. Diggersby doesn't have any multi-hit moves, but yeah, it was just a nice play. Like, McGee spent most of the match behind in the Mon count, so like, and trying to catch up kind of costs him a little bit, but it doesn't matter in the end. So really well done by Hoodles. That was a cool match. All right, next up we have the match between the Thunderous Down Unders, coached by Sparky, and the Republic City Firefirts, Cloud9. See, these are my friends, so I actually remember their team names. I'll remember everyone's probably by next season. And then everyone will be just in time for everyone to change it again. Alright, so here on Sparky's side, we have the Ursaluna, we have the Slowking, Blacephalon, Clefable, Noivern, and Jolteon. Here on Cloud9's side, we have the Landorus Therian, Tapu Koko, Mega Blastoise, Victini, Sneasler, and Ferrothorn. I don't know if Ferrothorn is necessarily the big bad bear answer. I think a Fire Punch would mess it up. Alright, so this is the bear team who wants the Trick Room. Get bear in, break the walls, and then Jolteon and or Blacephalon clean up. And from Cloud9's side, Victini breaks pretty well here. Like, nothing really wants to take a Banded V Create. Just kind of like the standard for Victini. And I mean, Victini can then run so many other sets behind that. But Blastoise is looking pretty strong. Like, it's got the dark, like Water Dark just hits a lot of stuff with Ice Beam. Tapu Koko looks really strong, and that, you know, if you Dazzling Gleam into U-turn on the bear, that's chip the bear doesn't really want to take. Sneasler is always strong. Cloud9's like showing it that even like at its current pricing, it's like really good. So let's just get into this match. This is like we know the general strategy here is, I think between Blastoise and Ferrothorn, that's enough to hold the bear off. Like maybe if you get an Intimidate off too with Lando. So we have a Northburn lead versus the Blastoise. Ooh. Draco miss, that's very unfortunate, but okay, so Coco comes in. Alright, all this is fine. Gotta get out of there. Noivern, U-turn, Rocky Helmet? No. It's a bad Rocky Helmet mod. It's funny. You are in the U-turn chain. Oh, okay, so that's one way to break it. We are tied up. Yeah, go for it. That's fine. Get 2 attacks off with Jolteon, that's probably okay. Ooh, okay, there's the Trick Room. We're just gonna go straight for Ursaluna. There's no way this does enough from full. Facade. That still does 90 or 85, holy smokes. Okay, so Blastoise is gone, we're evening things up, but Shadow Ball just saying it. Show me the V-Create. Ah, U-turn. Alright, this Sneasler is really scary now. Oh, he didn't even get the double. Ooh. This is a bad place to be. Oh, we got a Wakan Berry. Oh, fully paired. Alright, this is looking like Cloud's match. I don't know how you stop this. T-Volts are just gonna come raining down. Okay, we just trick her. That's fine. Oh no. Fable. Show me my calm mind. Oh man, everything's just living. this is this is very much a drubbing. Cloud just has everything he needs. Okay, so we got a flame charge, but there's just no way this is enough. Okay. Yeah, this should KO at this range. Alright, never mind. Oh yeah, we have the reverse. Oh wait, endures? Does Cutsap endure? No. Okay, well, it was a dream. Oh, I just read the chat. It's supposed to be Cutsap, and you just had the wrong item. Okay, well that explains that. If it was Cutsap, Cloud would have won. But since it wasn't, he lost the match. So he actually prepped for this. So that was like a really well done prep. But you know, sometimes we make these little mistakes in the builder. I make them all the time. That was a really cool match. I wish we could have seen the cut step. That would have just kind of been the like chef's kiss on it all. Like Claude, no offense, Sparky, Claude kind of outplayed you this match, or outprepped you at least. But, so doesn't matter though, because Clown is the one left standing, and Sparky moves on. Last, certainly not least, we have the match between Judon and A12. So let's see what we have here. We're on Judon's side, we have Necrozma, we have the Enamorous. This is just the regular form, right? Yeah. Normal Garchomp, Greninja, Galarian Zapdos, and Roserade. And here on A12 side, we have Mega Slowbro, I believe, Toxapex, Terrakion, Mandibuzz, Zarude, and Deoxys Speed. So Deoxys Speed can probably get up some hazards, but also, I don't know, it seems like it's a decent enough match to throw out some Psycho Boosts and just kind of see what happens. Garchomp's looking really strong after an SD. Like this looks like it could be an SD Scale Shock game, or you know, Earthquake with Stone Edge is probably very good. Maybe Zarude stops that. It's deceptively bulky. Roserade doesn't stop it. Galarian Zapdos can probably switch in a few times. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Terrakion kind of smacks here. Like the things that take the the two mons that can take the close combat either don't want to take the follow-up Stone Edge or the Mega Horn hit. So yeah, this is a cool match. Let's see what we have here. We have Greninja Zarude. Yeah, probably pretty decent. Not a big deal. I don't think the like 20-30% of chip matters too much for this mon. Spikes, okay. Just trading some hazards, nothing to worry about. That's quite a bit of damage, but this just brings the Toxic or the Roserade in, suck up the spikes. Terrakion into Roserade is a choice. Maybe if you expected more spikes to come up, that'd be fine, because then like Stone Edge will murder it. But Substitute's not a normal move for Roserade. Hey look, there is the Psycho Boost on Deoxys. Oof, that -2 hurts. But, okay, so held off. Toxapex comes back in. Poison jab, does it get the poison? No, okay, so Pex has got to get out of there. Mandibuzz comes in. Let's see how well it holds off. It's another substitute set. Are we gonna toxic things? Yeah, we are. Okay, so the subtoxic. So that's substitute. Oh man. Yeah, this is one of those frustrating to play against strategies. Gotta go for another power whip. Yeah, now we're just switching U-turn. Oh, Brave Bird. That's fine. A12 is just trying to posture in, threaten Scarf, and if it is Scarf Terrakion, then it's Scarf Greninja, so only the players really know. I think they're both Scarfed, because the way you brought Terrakion in isn't really how you want to threaten that. Alright, the Axis Speed comes in. Is it gonna go for the Cycle Boost? Ah, Toxic, okay. You can start recovering. Ooh, just not quite enough damage. Everything's getting toxic though. It's really tough for A12 to keep making progress. You have Zarude as your big offensive monster coming left, and here comes the Enamorous. Let's see what we get, because it does get Psychic. Calm Mind. So you get one. What do we? Poison Jab. Ah, it just doesn't do. And with the Slack Berry, just not enough. Ooh, this may do it. Especially if Terrakion was your Scarfer. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, A12 just put in the chat that you should have brought Gunk Shot over Jab. That would have been, nice to see, and we still have a match on our hand. But just well done for Jidan to get the setup he needed and use the Enamorous to kind of not only break the wall, but like sweep. So it was a cool Enamorous sweep. So with that, I want to bring up the semifinal matches. So here we have Black 117 going up against Jidan, and on the other side of the bracket we have Sparky going against Yahoodles. So 2 matches remain. Let's see what we find from these. We have the huge power team left in. We have like the marquee matchup on the left side and like the gimmicky meme matchup on the right side. It's fun to see though. So that's all that we have for you this week. Thanks for everyone for sticking with me, hanging out. I'm in Dr. Geo. Come hop in the Discord, hang out. We're gonna finish out the season strong. Then we have some fun off-season stuff to do as well in the Cucumber Cup. So again, thanks everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side.